Hello, welcome to the Tudor Cottage Diaries. My name is Heidi and you are very welcome here. We are looking at the roses in the rose garden on a blustery overcast day. So I have survived my National Garden Scheme Open Gardens inspection day for their approval. It looks like we are going to be opening in 2026 for 2 to 3 days. I will post the dates when we do that. A few of the things that the lady picked up on, her name was Barbara and she's the representative for Hampshire, where some of my edges were untidy, so I've been straightening these and making the edges look neater. She wanted the rose garden paths to be clear of any weeds and that you could see the borders on both sides, so we've done a lot of work with them. We've started to go around the benches. This needs a really good weed out and we're using that vinegar and salt and washing up liquid as a weed killer. I'll let you know how that goes. Beautiful new bench cushion, that was £35 at the Lavender Barn in Alresford. Great place to visit if you're local. Lots of gorgeous plants there and fantastic restaurant. This border on the pond is looking stunning with the delphiniums, foxgloves and the roses. Really pleased with this combo. Looking back the other way, I love the way the pink and the blue just bounce off of each other. It's one of my favourite colourways that I've chosen for the garden. In actual fact, the whole of the back garden is going pink and blue and white. So yeah, bear with me as I start to change the colourway over the next few years. The David Austin Paul's Himalayan Musk smells truly wonderful, and this is its second year on the plum tree and it is looking beautiful. In the background, this is the driest of the rose beds. This is the one that I put quite a lot of mulch and I've had to water more frequently than the others. Really pleased with it. We've had a beautiful delphinium through here. We just missed that and that's gone over. But this has got the hydrangeas in it as well. Olivia Rose Austin has gone over. We will get some more coming through of the Olivia Rose Austin. This one seems to repeat flower. Emily Bronte needs a little bit of a dead head, but is beautiful, beautiful. I love these shades. Almost like the Cafe au lait shades in the dahlias that I love so much. The climber Strawberry Hill has made some really good progress up the arbour, and these flowers are delicate but absolutely gorgeously scented. David Austin Silas Mariner, again a beautiful rose, and again smelling just incredible. The scent here, I wish you could smell it, is just stunning. We have a Harkness rose, Queen Elizabeth II. Again, this is a beautifully scented rose. I'm adding into the collection. It's being launched by B&Q in October, and it's the Princess Catherine Kate rose, and that will join Her Majesty here in the back of the rose garden. This rose is a musk rose. This is really precious to me. So this is a cutting off of my granddad's rose. All the people in our family have a cutting of this rose and it just smells stunning. It's on its 3rd or 4th year and 2nd year here in the garden. David Austin Gentle Hermione, a little bit droopy after the heavy shower that we had over the last few days, but again a beautiful rose. 3rd year for this rose. David Austin Susan William Ellis, just going over now, but she's been okay. This is on its 2nd year. This wasn't a particularly healthy rose when I purchased it, but it's doing okay now. It's started to pick up. David Austin Litchfield Angel, again this is a plant that I bought clearance area and it's doing a lot better this year. I will keep pruning it hard back and we'll get a decent shape out of this one. Got some beautiful bursting buds of peony here. They're going to be stunning, especially with the backdrop of the Malvern Hills in the background. The beautiful yellow of the Golden Anniversary rose. Does need a dead head. I will get round to that. And then we've smothered in flower buds on the Rambling Rector. This gets a hard prune every year just after it's flowered. Ramblers always flower on this year's growth, so you don't want to cut off those buds for next year. Looking towards the cottage over the tree fern, you can see that we are in full bloom with the roses at the front there. And let's head on down and have a look at them. This border's having a massive clear out. There's quite a lot of control lost on the geraniums in this border, so they've now come out, and I've put in some cafe au lait dahlias. 3 great big clumps of those have gone in, and they've have a backdrop of roses and traditional herbaceous perennial planting. And then going around, you can see where it's become a bit of a jungle in here, and we've lost definition on this border. So I'm gonna win back my borders from the geraniums, which are doing really well, but not quite where I want them. New to this corner, gone in this week, is Gertrude Jekyll, David Austin Gertrude Jekyll, and 2 pelargoniums. So the blue and the pink theme here, and then we have my gorgeous delphinium coming up through here, and then underplanting will be probably more pelargoniums, more dahlias, possibly more delphiniums, including a lupin. A barging David Austin rose. This is Eustacia Vi, which was down to £14.99. Not sure how to pronounce that one, but that is a nice subtle double pink, which will be going in here. Quite a lot of unnamed roses coming up through this border, so they're just very pretty. We've got the yellow, which doesn't really fit my theme for the back garden, so this one will head towards the front garden. And I think the last rose I showed you, the Eustacia Vi, I don't know how to pronounce it, will come into here. So then we've got the pink and the blue theme going up through this border. The roses at the back of the cottage are really strong roses, and they are doing really well, but the coral and the red don't really go together. But hey, let's just put up with it. It's because they're beautiful, healthy plants. Greenhouse is doing really well. We've got the tomato plants, so I've got 5 tomato plants in here. I like to plant them in these metal containers rather than into grow bags. I've got my gorgeous basil at the front there. Then we've got the lemon tree, which dropped all of its buds, and we've got the lime tree, which is doing well. It quite likes it in here. Then all the cosmos is coming on reasonably well, but a lot slower than I was expecting. So the stronger plants are now in their final pots before they go in the garden, and then the smaller plants are still in their trays. A few of them I've lost over the last few weeks with the hot weather, but hopefully the majority of those will make it to the garden. Lupins are still doing quite well, and hopefully they will make it out into the garden fairly soon. Delphiniums are here on these trays, and they're doing quite well. I have a snacking cucumber here, which I've had 3 or 4 off of already. That likes it. And I've also got the melon plants in this part of the greenhouse as well. You can see where this geranium's really taken over these borders, and the same with the cowparsley. That's going to be dug out. This rose is struggling because of what is coming through underneath it. So yeah, just want to take this lot out and restart again here. Greenhouse borders looking really lush. It's enjoyed the rain of the last few days. Foxgloves have had an incredible year. This rose was here when we moved in, and this is my King Charles dupe. So it is an absolute copy of the King Charles rose by David Austin, and this is amazing. In this we have got this beautiful white pink stripe with the yellow center, which is exactly like I say, like the King's rose. And then here we have the cerise. As it comes open, it seems to be doing the 2 different shades in here, so I don't know if there's 2 separate plants or this is what this plant likes to do. Right, all the containers have done incredibly well so far. They're having good feeds throughout the weeks. And then there goes Lincoln back in. You can hear me talking to you guys. I've got my hanging baskets up at long last, a lot later than I've had them in previous years. but really pleased with how they are doing. And then if we look at this long border, lots of colour, lots of cottagey colour coming through. We have had logs delivered for the winter, so we are ready for a hard winter this year. Shady border is still doing really well, really pleased with that. The wild roses are out in flower, which is just here. Yeah, really pleased with the shady border. I'm just going to keep mulching that, keep it damp because it is under an oak tree and it tends to dry out. The planting around here has got better as well, because it was always very, very dull against this building. I've still got that trough to fill. There are petunias into this planter, which are going to look lovely, and then we've got a David Austin rose here, but I don't recall the name of it. And right, I have got a tag, bear with. Right, it might not be a David Austin rose, but it's called Heartfelt. All that work last year I did on the roundabout has paid off. We have never had so much colour, so much interest on the roundabout. The Deutzias are coming out, and then we've got the most amazing dahlias coming up. Look at the size of these. They are absolutely loving all of that nourishment I put into this roundabout. We've got the daisies, we've got the beautiful blue geraniums. The lupins have been crazy big this year. Going back through here, you can just see there's going to be so much colour. Everything is just looking stunning, lush. And then I've weeded through this bit. I've got plants to go in here. So this is normally, oh my goodness, there's even more of the buttercups. So I'll dig them out. This is where a lot of the cosmos go. But really pleased with the roundabout this year. Don't know if you're picking up this, a beautiful colour as we come through the long border. I've managed to propagate a few more of these, are what I call the shrimp plants. The roses in here have been magnificent this year, and going through all of the colour. This is literally where the drive is, and then look at these lupins. Aren't they gorgeous? Just loving the colourway there. There is the backdrop of the daylilies behind them, which is going to be gorgeous. A massive mallow. This is the one that collapsed onto the side of the drive, and we love it here, so we've left it here. But it does need a bit of a hack back in, but we're going to wait until it's finished flowering. This corner was quite dull, and I put a lot of effort into here with the Valencias. We've got azaleas here, a rhododendron, some dahlias here, and then I'll get some more plants just to fill this up, sort of herbaceous perennials, more lupins I think. So that's it. This is the beginning of June. I just wanted to give you a quick catch up with where I am. Hopefully looking towards opening in 2026, so I will post more details about that. Apparently the garden is priced at £4.50 to enter. My mum has said she's not going to pay to come, but I have persuaded her to come and produce the teas and the cakes for us so that we can sell those. And we will be having a plant sale here, as well as a small little antique store as well, all in aid of the charities for next year for the National Garden Scheme. But I will take you on my journey as we get ready for the final inspection, which is in August 2025, and where if we get signed off, then we can go ahead, book our dates and open for Gardens Open.